we look at the left-hand one as being your before, your right-hand one is the after, yeah? Now, if I said to you on this left-hand one, are you playing a long shot or a short shot? Couldn't tell, could you? And just based on the setup alone, you probably are playing a long shot.
Yeah.
The right-hand one, you can quite clearly see there's a different setup in terms of how you stood there. The feet are narrower, your weight's a bit more onto that left foot. 60-40, 70-30, give or take, that kind of thing. Not sort of leaning too far, but there needs to be a little sort of push onto that left side, okay? And then what we try and do now is create the distance by how far the club goes back. That far back there, as you can see the club head now way above your head, that is 50, 60 yards of power at least. So what then you're forced to do as you come back down to the golf ball is just try and quit on it. You just go root and try and stop. This one on the right hand side now, you can see the club going back just to there. So you're creating the right amount of power, and then from there we accelerate through. Good strike of the ball. And so it's actually a movement through the golf ball. It's a lot more natural, more of a sort of a swing of everything, rather than lots of power and then just try and quit on it and in almost fear of going too far. And the example I always generally use to people is if I said to you throw a ball from me to you, you could do that. Just go, yeah, dink. If I said stand by the door, then throw the ball to me, you could do that. Yeah. If I said put your arm back as far as you could, going to throw it as far as you can, and I stood here, 2 meters away, and then you'd be there going, what? You try to manufacture something. Yeah. So what we're going to try and do is, again, come down to that sort of fact of the less we can think while hitting the ball, the better. So our thinking is, okay, how far have I got? And again, you get better at eyeballing things over time, okay? When people first start, they go, how far is that? I got no idea. Yeah. You do things long enough. And I would use sort of rugby pitch as an example. I mean, is it 100 yards of a pitch or 90 yards of pitch? So just try and visualise. The 22 would be obviously 22 yards to the flag kind of thing, or your halfway line kind of thing, or the 10-yard line, or whatever it may be. Just measurements you can see in the game of rugby that you can identify. And the more you do that, you'll be pretty good. I did it for 35 years. So I can stand there and go, that flag's 174 yards away, and it's like 177. And it's pretty close most times. But I've seen more flags in my entire life than probably than most people. Yeah. Okay? The same with like a carpenter or a whatever. Coming, oh, this is an 8x4, 6x, they can just see that because they've just seen enough of it, okay? So you get better at eyeballing distances. Then you'll know, okay, I've got 50 yards. Okay, that's my 50-yard swing, okay? So you set up beforehand. So you think about your setup. You think about your length of backswing. And then from there, just hit it. You react. Just go, there's my backswing. Hit it with as much sort of speed as I can control. If we're going, right, I want 50 yards. That feels about... That's going to lend itself to kind of, I'm up here, give myself 50 yards, and you're going to miss it. I think trying to ride a bike slowly, you're like really slow, you're like, you wobble. You want to get some speed, momentum to control that bike. Okay, make sense? Excellent.